All right, welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Yeah, I love it. March 7th, 2023. Let's take a deep breath into that date. It is 2023, and we are alive, we are feeling, and we are honoring our journey, honoring the journey. So, my name's Judy Matejchuk, creator of Paradigm Shifters. We've been going at this strong every Tuesday since March 2020. Yeah, wow. And we have like 1,600 members from like 50 some countries. And we are on this global journey of healing each other in the world. And amen and amen. So as you know, or if you're just joining us, right? This March, our topic with all these beautiful people we're coming in is honoring the journey. And I know many of you have seen her before and love her music. The Reverend, the Reverend Kit Holmes in the house. Okay, so Kit Holmes and I have been buddies, friends, whatever, clients, or I don't even know what if you want to even call that, for many years. And Kit Holmes, the Reverend Kit Holmes, is an award-winning performing songwriter based in Austin, Texas. And you create jazz-infused adult contemporary songs. And one of the things I know about Kit, she's so multi-talented that you had your first professional gig at age 13. And from there launched a lifelong career of performing, composing, arranging, producing. And you can find out more at kitholmesmusic.com. So Kit has been on a journey and creating music. And I invited you to come in and talk a little bit about your journey and maybe open up with a song. You know the song that I really love? The song about the old woman tree.
You are reading my mind, Judy Matejchuk, because I will be happy to do that.
Okay, I'm going to turn up the volume here.
All right.
Okay, go. It's all yours, Kit.
Okay. It was another lousy day at work, so at lunch I took a drive to figure out just how it was that all my dreams had died. Down a red dirt road was an old wooden church on the edge of a cotton field. Big old ancient oak tree waving to me in the breeze. So I pulled up right next to it, pleased with the choice I'd made. I was gonna find some peace by God in that tree's majestic shade. I didn't expect what I heard next and thought I was alone. A gentle voice said, "I'm so glad you found your way back home." And it said, "The answer you're looking for is right inside your heart. Why not try to open it wide? You'll find a brand new."
Uh-oh, Kit froze. Hang on, I know that she'll be back. Oh, hold on.
I'm back. Sorry, y'all.
That's okay. That's great.
To the chorus. All I know is time won't wait. It slips like water through your hands. And you should know that it's not too late to make a change in plans. All I know. So I'm staring at this old woman. She was about as old as that old tree. An amazing fire was in her eyes, and she was staring back at me. I asked her where she came from and if I'd lost my sanity. She said, honey, when you ask.
And when you ask for help, you got me. There she is. Oh, let's see where she's going in here.
Oh boy, Spirit has a sense of humor, huh?
Hey, that's cool. So yeah, why
So
don't
I'm
you
staring at this. Oh, go
there,
ahead, Judy. I'm sorry.
what I'm saying is why don't you talk us through and tell us about your journey here? And then I'm gonna put the links to, your music and stuff, but let's see if that will work. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I love the words that woman was
Okay.
staring back at you. That old woman was staring back at you. And what was she saying to you?
She said, when you asked for help, you ended up with me. And her directive or her advice was, all I know is time won't wait. It slips like water through your hands. You should know it's not too late to make a change in plans. That's all I know.
So and just tell us a little bit, if you could, about your last journey in the last couple of years and how that song possibly has helped you through your journey of wellness.
Let me just say one word: practicing releasing stress. As my internet goes in and out today. I'll give you the short version of the journey. And as Judy said, the name of that song is All I Know. I began writing that song in 1993. I was in a corporate job. I did literally leave on my lunch hour to go to found this red dirt road. I was working outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Went down this road. It was literally an old white wooden church with actually not one but three very, very tall oak trees. And they were, I think it was an old Baptist church, and they had the picnic tables underneath the trees. And I would go on my lunch hour and just sit under the trees to kind of decompress and say, wow, what am I doing with my life? And I started writing that song because my partner at the time.
Oh, darn, internet. I think she'll come back. Okay, hang on here. I think so. Kit, come on in here and unmute, and we'll try it. Kit right now is in between Dripping Springs and Wimberley. There, you're back now, Kit. I'm just gonna let it like that.
Yes, I'm so sorry, y'all. We had a great sound check yesterday. No interruptions whatsoever, did we, Judy?
Yeah, that's okay.
No interruptions.
So, yeah, just tell us, keep going, and then we'll just take what we got.
Okay. So, the journey was, I was in a corporate job. I was in the music business. I was working in a compact disc manufacturing facility outside of Atlanta, and highly stressful, just crazy nuts. And my soul, the short version is, my soul knew I was kind of being in music, but not really. And my partner at the time had 3 sudden losses in her life of 3 grandparents, like in the span of about 3 months, had all passed away suddenly, unexpectedly. And I remember that line came through: all I know is time won't wait, it slips like water through your hands. Carried it around. I had this song for a while. I was in a band at the time, or starting to get back in a band at a time. And I brought this song to the band, and it was like, here's this part. And they're all like, wow, that's really nice. And but what the story and the point of it wasn't getting across. And I knew it, I could feel it. And the lead singer in the band at that time was a songwriter, and I was not. I mean, I wrote instrumental pieces, but I didn't write lyrics. And I was of the mind that songs just drop in magically and mystically and they're finished, you know, that's like Paul McCartney, whatever. But I began to learn that there was a craft to it. There's a craft to songwriting. And I watched this person week to week would do this thing. She'd bring a new song into the band and it would have 10 verses and 3 different choruses, and she would just try it out. She'd say, well, let's try this. And then we'd work it together and say, here we got this song that, oh, now it's getting across, it's got meaning, and people understand it. And I had the song for a while, and that was 1993 and 95, and you know, I'm learning this craft. And then I moved through a series of nudges, I like to say, divine nudges, in at the end of 2001. And that I had a personal relationship, a long-time business relationship, and I had my business, and I had some other stuff, and September 11th all happened in the same week. And I had been thinking about leaving Georgia, but not really sure where I was going to go. And I had visited Austin, Texas, several years prior. I had two people in the whole state that I knew, and the divine stepped in, and I had stayed in touch with this.
Oh, going back in and out. There she is. Bingo.
Oh my. So we got the nudge that said, move to Texas. And this friend that lived out here that I had met when I lived up north had moved to Austin the same time I had moved to Georgia. And she said, come work on the ranch for your room and board until you get on your feet in Austin. I went, okay. So I packed everything, put the rest in storage, took my dog, my clothes, my computer, my musical gear, and came out to Texas and started getting my feet wet. And about that time, prior to that, was when I started writing that song, All I Know. A couple years later was kind of the first iteration of my life going sideways and things not working, and I'm not understanding what's going on, and things kind of blew up. And I was in therapy. I found this amazing therapist who was so insightful, and she just saw things in me that I didn't see. And she was the one that really guided me to a spiritual path, back to a spiritual path. She just asked me one day, we'd been working together for about 2 years, and she said, do you have any kind of a spiritual practice? And I was like, I had to think about it. And the answer was yes, and the answer was no. I had been raised in a very traditional, very strict Catholic family. And being gay,
Okay, come on, Kit. And being gay. Oh, in Austin, Texas. We're gonna do this. Just like just a little soundtrack.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah. So and being gay in Austin,
do some editing.
Yeah. Go for it.
So fast forward to 2003 with this song was I started going to songwriting workshops and song circles and song critique sessions to start really digging in. And what I didn't realize that I was doing at the same time was my spiritual practice was developing, and I was getting in touch with this message about, you know, there's really a place inside of you that can be loved. And my music started to reflect that. And I went to a specific songwriters weekend in 2003, and as it usually works, there was somebody presenting that said just the right thing that I'm sure was only for me about storytelling and about storytelling in a song, and it clicked. Everything clicked with that song. And I went home from that weekend and I finished writing what became what you heard part of, which was called All I Know. And essentially that's the message. That wise woman outside, you know, that spiritual intervention, if you would, said, this is your path. This is where you're supposed to be. This is the work that you're to do in the world to help people heal. So fast forward to here we are in 2023. So that song is finished version of that song is now 20 years old, which just blew my mind because I just realized that. um, and it is my signature song because it has carried me through iterations of, yes, I'm a musician, I got to get a day job. Oh my gosh, all my energy is going to the day job and not to my music. And that time got closer and closer together, where it's like, no, I'm not taking that job because this is mine to do. In that development also was that spiritual practice that I became, eventually was called to become a minister through Centers for Spiritual Living. And talk about rocking your world and getting a big old dose of, okay, trusting, surrendering, trusting the process, trusting the process, trusting the process. Fast forward to just or back just a couple of years. I graduated from ministerial school in May of 2021. And in that time, between graduation and today, I had probably more like 6 significant life turning upside down things going on. And my practice, my spiritual practice, my tuning in, and that it became kind of you don't have a choice. You have to trust. You have to trust the process. And I have. And I was moving through all of these things. I'm recognizing that I'm my workaholism or my perfectionism, all of those things. I couldn't carry that. I couldn't keep that pace. I was trying to balance too many things. And what I came to recognize was I was trying to outrun the things that needed to be healed that I didn't want to look at in my life. I was trying to outrun and outrun and outrun and outrun until I couldn't run anymore. And I knew it intuitively. I knew it instinctively. And before graduating, it was I got to get some things off my plate. I have to get these things off my plate. I could feel it in my body. I could feel it in my energy. I could feel it in every area of my life saying, all I want to do is run away. All I want to do is, I would go out in the backyard and see the birds and the buzzards just playing in the breeze, or I'd be at the beach at my home up in Michigan and I would watch the seagulls and I would just stand there and go, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is just fly above all of this. I want that sense of peace. And so just about the time almost a year ago, I was moving through some tremendous deep healing. And if you've done the work, and I know if you're on this program, I know you have, you're in it, you've done it, you're doing it. It's not pretty. It's not easy. It's not fun. And yet as they say, the work shows. Because here we go is like, okay, I'm trusting and I'm trusting and I'm trusting. And today, man, I just don't want to. I don't want to anymore. And the next day, something would just blossom and show up that would keep me going and keep me on that, to say, okay, I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing beautiful changes. I'm seeing positive changes. I'm seeing things and people showing up in my life in ways that I never expected. Beautiful, loving ways and supportive ways. And the other stuff started to fall off. And what's important? What's important? What's important? And in the middle of all of that was COVID. That had a little bit to do with it. And what I noticed is that so many people were reassessing and really looking at what is important. What is the most important thing to me in my life? Because at the beginning of COVID, I remember thinking, shoot, we could be dead in 6 weeks or 6 months. Don't know. We didn't know enough about it to say, okay, now is the time. And in that, I made the decision to move back to my home state of Michigan. That was one of the major things that went on. But a year ago, as I was getting these things off my plate and felt like I was like, okay, I got room to breathe. I got room to breathe. I got room to breathe. I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was almost like really? Are you kidding me? You know, it wasn't, it was almost like, well, of course. Well, of course I got breast cancer. And the thing was that my practice and my leaning in and trusting the process from the beginning of this journey alone, was this is not the thing that's going to kill me. This is not the thing. This is a teaching, a whole, and all of this. And I got in meditation about a week or two after the diagnosis. Was, here is all of that shame and all of that toxicity that you have been working on getting out of your life and getting out of your body. This just got stuck. And interestingly enough, it got stuck right by my heart, right on the left side of my body. So what I did, knowing that I was going to have surgery and all of that, I did the best I could to take all of what I knew, the stuff that I was aware of, the shame and the self-loathing and all of those things, and put it into that tumor so that when it came out, all of that would go with it. And then the real journey began. So that's the short version. The what I will follow up on that is I am doing really well. I went through the whole process. I did chemo. I finished radiation 2 weeks ago. I've got one more immunotherapy infusion in a couple of days, and I'm done with treatment. So I am officially a cancer survivor and no longer a cancer patient. And all along that way has been pointing me back to, in my ministry and everything else, is music first, music first, music first, music first. And to wrap that up in a pretty little package is, at the moment, that's all I know. So there you go, Judy Matejczak.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to put a plaque. Music first, music first. Yes, that's and always. And I had the privilege of walking alongside of you through this journey. And there were times I didn't want to get on the phone with you because I didn't want you to see me being sad. And I went, okay, what's that all about? It's like, oh, well, if Kit sees me being sad, she's going to think that I don't believe in her. And inevitably, by being honest and having that tough conversation with you, we both laughed. I'm thinking of me, you're thinking of you. Like, oh, okay. And more music came out. I had the privilege a couple of weeks ago to go to your very first in-person concert down in Dripping Springs, or somewhere out there, way out there, where you are now, which is probably why the internet's going in and out. But and hearing some of the most beautiful music. And let's try it again. You pick up anything you want to play for us. Totally from your heart, from this part, right? Let's try it again, right? It worked yesterday.
All right. Let's try it again. I'm gonna hey, how about this, Judy?
Sure.
How about we all hold and know this energetic space right now, that I'm gonna do All I Know again, and we're gonna do the whole song, and it's gonna go through, and we're gonna stay connected. How about we all hold that right now?
Amen.
Amen. Okay, try it again. Not try it again. We're doing it again. Here we go. It was another lousy day at work, so at lunch I took a drive. Figure out just how it was that all my dreams had died. Down a red dirt road was an old wooden church on the edge of a cotton field. Big old ancient oak tree waving to me in the breeze. So I pulled up right next to it, pleased with the choice I'd made. I was gonna find some peace, by God, in that tree's majestic shade. I didn't expect what I heard next, since I thought I was alone. A gentle voice said, I'm so glad you found your way back home. And it said, the answer you're looking for is right inside your heart. slips like water through your hands. And you should know that it's not too late to make a change in plans. It's all I know. So I'm staring at this old woman. She was about as old as that old tree. Amazing fire was in her eyes, and she was staring back at me. I always sang that. See, look at that already. Lost my sanity. She said, honey, when you asked for help, you ended up with me. The answer you're looking for is right inside your heart. Why not try to open it wide? You'll find a brand new place to start. All I know is time won't wait. It slips like water through your hands. You should know that it's not too late to make a change in plans. It's all I know. So I woke up under that sprawling oak as day turned into night. Gentle breeze had spread the leaves, and a single ray of light became that woman's smile as she disappeared from sight. How else could I thank her but to act on her advice? The answer I was looking for was in my heart, it's true. I changed my plans, and here I am, singing all my songs for you. And all I know is time won't wait. It slips like water through your hands. And you should know that it's never too late to make a change in plans. It's all I know. It's all I know. It's all I know.
Wow. Thanks, Kit. I have a little story to tell people about your journey where I've watched you, and it has to do with kayak coaching adventures. So Kit's been out with me on the kayaks multiple times, and the last time was in December 2022, and it was the very last adventure of 2022 for me. And I had no clue, and you're going to come. I hadn't seen you in so long. And I was expecting a weak, frail person. I had all the kayak blown up, thinking I was going to carry you from your truck to the kayak. Kit pulls up in her pickup truck, slings out, and goes, let's do this thing. But the journey out there was so beautiful because you told me of your process, exactly what you told everybody here. And we went up towards Barton Springs, and your phone rang. You remember that? Do you remember when your phone rang? And you said, I have to take this. I have to make the appointments for my radiation. And that's what it was. Mm-hmm. So you paddled over there, and I paddled over here. And I was like going, whoa, what's going on here, God? And I saw you, and you were, because it's a lot of work. And you were the one that was doing the appointments, getting it. And you were over there, like on your phone. And I was just like in awe of how strong you are. And then when You hung up the phone. I paddled over there, and you know what I'm going to say. Surrounding your whole kayak were turtles.
Mhm. Mother
I've
Earth
never
healed.
seen so many turtles. And one thing I know about you, you know your totems, you know your animal size, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Turtles are a symbol of longevity.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, OMG, what an experience we are on.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty incredible. Pretty
but
incredible.
yeah. So let's take a deep breath in here. And Kit, boy, I know there's so many more songs. I mean, you have so much, and there's songs boiling up in you right now. And if it's okay with everybody, is there anything that you want to put out there that nobody's ever heard, or maybe that we could support you? We want to support you on your journey. Music is everything. So I'm going to let you rip it out here at the end, and then we're going to hold some space for you.
I, what I'm going to do, Judy, is I'm going to ask you to hold the space, and I thank you for that. And I will politely decline putting out a new song right now, only because um, I don't have the new lyrics in front of me. Um, and and that. Um,
How about an old song that, or any song at all that you'd like to end with, and then we'll hold space for whatever it is that you would love.
I would be happy to do that. Yes, yeah, yeah. And I know which one because we did this one for sound check yesterday, and it's called "The Road That Lies Ahead." Thank you all. Thank you for your patience. I'm traveling light now. I've set my sights now on the road that lies ahead. View is clearing, the call I'm hearing to the road that lies ahead. All those years I lived in fear are gone. Said goodbye. I put my faith in wisdom, grace, and life. There is a map there, it's one we all share, to the road that lies ahead. No room for sorrow in my tomorrow, on the road that lies ahead. I may be walking out that door to a stormy night, but I don't care, I'm going where my own sun shines. My own sun shines. I'm traveling right now. I've set my sights now on the road that lies ahead. On the road that lies ahead. On the road that lies ahead. I'm traveling right now.
Oh, thank you so much, Kit. Okay, so Kit, what can we hold from you? Hold for you, and we're going to send you some, energy. What would you love? have us hold us
I
accountable.
would love, 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 love for those invitations for gigs and retreats and appearances to come rolling in, the ones that roll and show the value, honor me with the value that I know that I bring to the world and the gifts that I want to bring to the world. There's this beautiful, juicy, reciprocal, abundant plethora of gigs where I am honored financially and in every other way supported. That's what I would love.
Ooh, I smell an adventure up in Michigan. You're on your way back somewhere,
Yep,
wherever, right? It could be anywhere, right? Okay.
absolutely.
All
Anywhere in
right,
the world.
everybody, let's get that energy going. You ready to receive?
Yes,
And so it is, Kid Holmes, music.com. Oh,
so it is.
and so it is. Thank you so much for being you, honoring the journey.
Thank you. Thank you, Judy Matejczyk. Love you so dearly. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you.
Oh, amen.